The year was 490 BCE. The mightiest empire on earth had come to crush a small Greek city-state. Thousands of Persian warriors crossed the sea under the banner of the great king. Their goal was simple: punish Athens, destroy resistance, and bring Greece under Persian rule. Standing in their way was a citizen army of farmers, craftsmen, merchants, and ordinary men. Outnumbered, outmatched, and seemingly doomed. Yet what happened on the plains of Marathon would become one of the most astonishing victories in military history. At the end of the 6th century BCE, the Persian Empire stretched across much of the known world. Ruled by Darius I, Persia controlled territories from Egypt to Central Asia. Its armies were vast, wealthy, and feared. Meanwhile, across the Aegean Sea, the Greek world consisted of independent city-states constantly competing with one another. Among them was Athens, a growing democracy that valued freedom and self-rule. Tensions erupted when Greek cities in Asia Minor rebelled against Persian control during the Ionian Revolt. Athens sent support. The revolt ultimately failed, but Darius never forgot Athens's involvement. According to ancient accounts, he ordered a servant to remind him daily, "Master, remember the Athenians." The king wanted revenge. In 490 BCE, Darius launched a major expedition across the Aegean. The invasion force was commanded by Persian generals Datis and Artaphernes. The Persians moved from island to island, demanding submission. Many surrendered, others were destroyed. One of the most tragic examples was the island of Naxos, which suffered heavily under Persian attack. Next came Eretria. After a siege, the city fell. Its temples were burned. Its citizens were enslaved. The Persians then sailed toward Athens. Their chosen landing site was a broad coastal plain northeast of the city. Its name was Marathon. News of the Persian landing spread rapidly. Athens faced a terrifying reality. A Persian army had arrived on Greek soil. The Athenians desperately needed allies. They dispatched a professional messenger named Pheidippides. His mission was extraordinary. Run to Sparta and ask for immediate military assistance. The journey covered roughly 240 kilometers over rugged terrain. Ancient sources claim Pheidippides completed it in only 2 days. The Spartans agreed to help. But there was a problem. Religious obligations prevented them from marching immediately. Athens would have to face the Persians alone. Well, almost alone. A small force from the loyal city of Plataea arrived to support them. Together, they numbered perhaps 10,000 to 11,000 men. The Persian force may have been considerably larger. The Greek army was commanded by 10 elected generals. Among them was a brilliant strategist named Miltiades. Miltiades understood something crucial. If the Persians reached Athens unopposed, the city could fall. The Greeks marched to Marathon and established a defensive position near the hills. For several tense days, neither side attacked. The Persians waited. The Greeks waited. Each army watched the other across the plain. The fate of Greece hung in the balance. Eventually, Miltiades persuaded the Greek commanders to strike first. It was a daring decision. Most military leaders would have remained defensive against a larger enemy. Miltiades chose aggression. He rearranged the Greek line in an unusual way. The center was intentionally weakened. The wings were strengthened. The plan was risky. If the center collapsed too quickly, the entire army could be destroyed. But Miltiades believed it was the best chance for victory. At dawn, the Greeks prepared for battle. The order was given: advance. What happened next shocked the Persians. The Greek hoplites began moving across the plain. Then they accelerated. They ran. Thousands of heavily armored warriors charged toward the Persian line. The distance was roughly 1,500 meters. Persian archers expected to weaken the Greeks with arrows. But the rapid advance reduced the time available for effective missile fire. The Greeks slammed into the Persian front with tremendous force. Bronze shields crashed against wicker defenses, spears shattered. Men screamed. The Battle of Marathon had begun. At first, the Persian plan appeared to work. The stronger Persian troops in the center pushed back the weakened Greek center. Some Athenians began retreating. The Persian lines surged forward. Victory seemed within reach. But Miltiades' real strategy was only now unfolding. On both wings, the Greeks had gained the upper hand. The strengthened flanks smashed through Persian formations. The Persian soldiers on the edges began to collapse. Then the Greek wings wheeled inward. The Athenians and Plataeans attacked from both sides. Suddenly, the victorious Persian center found itself surrounded. The battle transformed into chaos. Persian troops were trapped and compressed. Greek spears struck from multiple directions. The Persian formation disintegrated. Panic spread. The survivors fled toward their ships. The Greeks pursued relentlessly. Many Persians drowned in nearby marshes or were cut down on the beaches. Others desperately scrambled aboard vessels to escape. The invasion force was shattered. The scale of the victory astonished the ancient world. According to the historian Herodotus, the Persians lost around 6,400 men. The Athenians reportedly lost only 192. Although ancient casualty figures are often debated, there is little doubt that the Greeks achieved an overwhelming victory. Against all expectations, a citizen army had defeated one of the greatest powers on earth. But the danger was not over. The Persian fleet still posed a threat. The commanders could sail directly to Athens and attack the city before its defenders returned. Miltiades reacted immediately. The exhausted Greek army marched back toward Athens at incredible speed. After fighting all day, they covered the distance before the Persian fleet arrived. When the Persians appeared offshore, they saw the victorious Greek army already waiting. The opportunity was gone. The Persians turned away and sailed home. Athens had been saved. The legend of the marathon runner. Over time, another story became famous. According to later traditions, a messenger ran from Marathon to Athens after the battle. Upon arriving, he announced, "We have won." Then he collapsed and died from exhaustion. Whether this event truly occurred remains uncertain. However, the legend inspired the modern marathon race, which commemorates the extraordinary endurance associated with the battle. Today, millions of runners participate in marathons around the world because of this ancient story. The Battle of Marathon was far more than a military victory. Had Persia conquered Athens in 490 BCE, the development of Greek democracy, philosophy, literature, science, and art might have taken a very different path. The victory gave the Greeks confidence. It proved the Persian Empire could be defeated. 10 years later, Persia would return under Xerxes I, leading to famous battles such as Battle of Thermopylae and Battle of Salamis. But Marathon came first. It was the moment when ordinary citizens stood against an empire and won. As the sun set over the plains of Marathon, broken shields and fallen spears covered the battlefield. The Persian invasion had failed. Athens still stood. The world had witnessed an impossible victory. And for more than 2,500 years, the name Marathon has echoed through history. Not merely as a place, but as a symbol of courage, determination, and the refusal to surrender against overwhelming odds.